Good morning, dear earth. Good morning, dear sun. Good morning, dear rocks and the flowers, everyone. Good morning, dear beasts and the birds and the trees. Good morning to you and good morning to me. I have a verse to read to you on this Tuesday, the day of the full pink moon. This comes out of our book that we read a couple weeks ago, A Child's Garden of Verses by Robert Louis Stevenson. And this is called The Moon. The moon has a face like the clock in the hall. She shines on thieves on the garden wall, on streets and fields and harbor quays, and birdies asleep in the forks of the trees. The squalling cat and the squeaking mouse, the howling dog by the door of the house, the bat that lies in bed at noon, all love to be out by the light of the moon. But all of the things that belong to the day cuddle to sleep, to be out of the way. And flowers and children, they all close their eyes, till up in the morning the sun shall arise. Today is Tuesday, April the 7th. Yesterday was April the, if you said 6th, you're correct. Let's do another little tricky game. If yesterday was April the 6th, what was the day before yesterday? Okay. If you said April the 5th, you are correct. Tomorrow, if today is the 7th, will be April the 8th. Good. And you can look on the calendar. What is the day after tomorrow? Today is the 7th. Tomorrow is the 8th. The day after tomorrow is the 9th. Today is the 7th. It is the night of a full pink moon. So today in kindergarten, we are going to learn a little bit about why it's called the pink moon and look at our moon calendar and also do an art activity together. Before we do all those things, let's learn our new sight word. I have my sand tray today, so I can do writing with you. Oh, I forgot to do the weather. Ooh, outside. Goodbye, sunny gnome. Outside. This weather gnome says it is just cloudy today. So I'll leave him right there. I really liked a lot of the sentences that I saw from several of you. Oscar, you had a really fun sentence. Oscar's sentence says that he takes a walk with his cat. And I told Oscar that my cat would never take a walk with me. So that is a really neat sentence that he came up with. George sent me a sentence, and George likes to go to sleep with his stuffies. So let's read yesterday's word. With. Today's word is to. T-O, to. T-O, to. T-O, to. I am going to work in my garden today. What is your to sentence? Let's get your sand tray ready and write to in the sand. T is a straight line down and a short line across. O is a circle. T, O says to. Since we're learning about the pink moon today, let's do another activity in our sand tray. I want you to really listen to the sounds of these words that I give you right now. Do not ask your parents for help. I want to see how many sounds you can hear in these two words. Pink moon. Pink. E, k, p, ink, pink, moon, Now some of you might not recognize the oo sound. There are 2 letters in the alphabet that we use to make that sound. O, O says oo. Ooh. So now try to write the word moon, knowing that O makes the sound oo. O by itself makes what sound? Ah. Ah. But when you put another O next to it, beside it, suddenly it becomes ooh. Pink moon. So the pink moon falls tonight, and in a minute I'll show you the moon calendar when we do move over to the art table. But for a long time, people have always used the moon cycles, the different shapes of the moon, to tell what time of the year it was or what time of the month it was. So a lot of the moons, the full moons that happen throughout the year, will have different names depending on what is happening in nature at that time of the year. There are other names for the pink moon that I'm not as familiar with. I've read that it's called the fish moon. I've read that it's called the egg moon, which I could maybe see how that could make sense. What did I show you yesterday that is popping up in trees all over our neighborhoods? Little baby bird eggs that typically are laid in the spring. That could be why some people call it the egg moon. But the pink moon is called the pink moon because of a special flower that is only in bloom at this time of the year. If you can see, this flower in the corner is called phlox. Pink phlox is in bloom right now. You might walk around and see some blue phlox. In the forest, if you go hiking, I've only ever seen blue hiking around. Maybe I've seen pink, I don't remember. But pink phlox is in bloom right now. And if you take a walk in your neighborhood, you can tell if someone has pink phlox growing in their yard. It grows in big clumps, like in a big ball of beautiful pink little tiny blooms. And they do something really neat. It's called trailing. So if you have it planted in a pot, or if you have it planted on a little wall in your yard, it will trail over, it will spill over and make a beautiful cascade of pink blossoming phlox. And so when people saw that phlox was beginning to bloom all around in nature, and they noticed that the moon was waxing to become full, then they came up with the name Pink Moon. So tonight when you look in the sky, the moon will not necessarily look pink. Maybe it will if the sunset, if all that works out just so. That would be really neat. But the moon is called the pink moon more because of what is blooming, what is happening in nature right now. I think I read that the moon tonight will be at its brightest at 10:30. Ugh, that's pretty late. I don't know if you all will still be awake at 10:30. So right now we're going to get ready to do some art. So for this activity, I'm going to push pause for a second so I can move. But you are going to need your aluminum foil, your combination of paints, either pink or the red and pink to make pink, a paintbrush, and black paper. So I'll see you in a few minutes.